Here I am in a park in a good old state of Oregon, planning my escape from the state and from a country. See, often we find ourselves in the place where life is okay, but you feel like you don't belong. You know there are better places, there are better people. And guess what? You're right. You are correct. Period. Don't listen for anyone who tells you otherwise. As you can probably tell by my accent, I am not native Oregonian. In fact, I'm multiple times immigrant. But mind you, I used to like Oregon a lot. A lot. Until I started traveling and actually living in different places. When I say traveling, not, oh, I'm going to Cancun. No, never been to Cancun. Maybe it's great. But when I say traveling and living, I mean months or years. And I know for a fact there are much better places. I checked. And I did the typical thing adventurous people like me are doing. I pulled the trigger and just off I went. I did it with both the specific country in Europe and a specific country in Asia. Both are separate stories. I will make sure to share because it's useful. That's gonna help. However, it's just pulling a trigger and going is not a bad thing, but often what happens is you have to bounce back. Don't believe clowns from Instagram who is like, yeah, bro, I decided one day to pull a trigger and move to one. No, it doesn't work. Most people are going back and forth. I know it for a fact. I was one of them, even though I was prepared for doing slightly better. However, pulling a trigger is much better than waiting forever. Because believe me, you can wait for years, for decades, and not do anything. However, even better thing is take a bit of time and set you up for success. So you know for a fact you can switch from living to a place you don't want to live to the place you do. And while I give you my own example, my own experience moving across the world, it can be as little as living across the state or even across the country. All of those same standards rules apply. That video is a small prelude to the entire series of me sharing the specific things I do, and you can do too, to prepare to go from a life which doesn't fit you to the life which does. And that's the whole goal. There will be multiple things I will discuss. Of course, I mean, you know, the standard ones are, see, the most basic one is actually go get some money saved up. It's good, but that's a small piece, and in my mind, less important. Next, more important one is have an actual cash flow and skills we can use, transferable ones. But even more importantly, this. Because with a ton of expats, especially in Asia, particularly the ones I saw in Vietnam and Philippines, the phrase Asia swallowed. If you have never seen people like this, you haven't lost anything, it's said. But that's because they brought themselves there, and one of the main goals is not just clearing physical space, but clearing mental space. Because going where you're treated best, shout out to Henderson for coining this phrase and popularizing it, and going to a place where you enjoy, where you see a meaning, where you like people more. You can change a place. Main thing is this and this. So clearing up mental space is even as important, and I will make sure to cover to the best of my ability what I have been doing before, what I'm doing right now. Right now, what I'm super curious is where you are at specifically. What's your starting point and where we were trying to get. Because I am ultra curious to see what ours are doing and to see what I can offer and share based on my experience, and hopefully set you up for success too. Drop it in the comments. I will read and answer each and every comment. and share my specific experiences, and maybe even making a video based on that. And I will see you on the other side. Andre out.